Are the Arizona Cardinals close to finally getting some new uniforms?
Well, it finally might be happening. The Arizona Cardinals may finally be getting new uniforms.
I have no idea when they're going to be released, but here's what I can tell you.
The rumors are mounting. The evidence is stacking, and the Arizona Cardinals may finally be getting new on-field uniforms. This time, Cardinals Reddit and Twitter might actually be telling the truth, rather than trying to type the idea of new jerseys into existence. The Cardinals' official Twitter account posted this slightly ominous post with the wide eyes emoji, then proceeded to do absolutely nothing in free agency. So what could they be referring to? My guess is new uniforms. The Cardinals are long overdue for a change on the uniform front. Is this the best time for a shakeup? No, the best time would have been to start the 2019 season with new uniforms. Get Kyler Murray immediately in new threads. There's a reason you never saw LeBron in this uniform. At the same time, you can sell new Larry Fitzgerald jerseys for his final 2 seasons. Quick side note here, I can't stand when I go to State Farm Stadium and see a Pat Tillman or Larry Centers jersey in the current style, a uniform they never wore. I don't know why it infuriates me, but it does. Because that person made a conscious decision to ruin the jersey with historical inaccuracies. But I digress. There's been a lot of fan art of jersey concepts for the Cardinals over the years. And honestly, they are all terrible.
I seen those finger paintings you bring home and they suck!
This is my biggest fear with a new uniform, is that the organization botches it. And given their track record, it is very possible, hell, even likely. So I've taken it upon myself to put up or shut up. Sitting on the internet complaining about things has never solved anything, and it never will. So I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to design a Cardinals jersey that I would buy and proudly wear at State Farm Stadium. Now I know if there are new uniforms coming down the pike, this video will be obsolete pretty quickly. But the idea of new jerseys has been making me toss and turn at night. I just don't want them to be bad. If you've seen my State of the Nest address video, we are potentially rolling out one of the most pathetic rosters in Cardinals history, and dressing them in garbage uniforms would just be the chef's kiss. So if it was up to me to redesign the Cardinals uniform, what would I do? Let's get into it. Let's start with a made-up NFL philosophy I like to call jersey theory. For decades, NFL teams followed a very simple philosophy for jerseys. A team-colored jersey with white numbers, and a white jersey with team-colored numbers. One they would wear at home, and one they would wear on the road. Once the NFL became more money-driven, teams started introducing a third alternate jersey. This is when teams started to experiment with different concepts. But it's a delicate balancing act when designing and revealing these jerseys. Go too basic and you look like a high school team. Push the envelope too far and you end up with atrocities like these. So balance is key. Throughout the years, you've seen teams, including the Cardinals, take the pants of their standard home and away uniforms and mix and match them, giving them even more combinations they can wear on Sunday. When teams amass a catalog of historic jerseys, they would wear throwback jerseys once or twice a season. Another quick side note, why isn't every Thursday night football game a throwback Thursday game? Marketing nostalgia is a proven strategy for your largest demographic, who have been jaded by either kneeling protests or moving the Thursday game to a platform they don't know how to use and quite frankly don't understand. It's a fairly easy move to take us back to when men were men. Quarterbacks were treated like everyone else, and CTE were just 3 letters. Another newer trend in jerseys across the other major sports leagues is adding a component of each team's home city in one way or another. This has been done very well by some teams while others miss the mark. In the NFL though, a potential city connection to a jersey will most likely have to be very subtle, because the NFL has easily the most stringent rules when it comes to jerseys. So dedicating an entire jersey might be out of the question, but a subtle detail could go a long way in rallying the home fans. Finally, the hottest jersey trend in the NFL in recent years is the addition of a black alternate jersey. For some teams, this is a nice addition to the jersey roster. For others, it's forced. A black jersey for the sake of having a black jersey. This might be the hottest take in the video, but the Cardinals' black jerseys don't work. Not only do the Cardinals play terrible in the black jerseys, sporting a losing record when wearing them, including going 1-7 in the gross color rush jerseys, a campaign the NFL pushed so hard for. The black alternates don't look like the Cardinals. The Falcons. In 2022, the Cardinals introduced the black helmet to go with the black jerseys, but that was just a patch fix for the mismatching combo. But now we look even more like the Falcons. I don't think these black jerseys were done right, and should be scrapped, or at least reworked completely. Foreshadowing. So to recap, I think it's safe to assume the Cardinals will have 6 jersey combinations. A home, away, a home alternate, away alternate, a true alternate, and a throwback. Now we need to break down the jersey elements. And in the most basic breakdown of an NFL uniform, you have the helmet, shoulders, numbering, and side stripe. Next, how would you take the mascot of a cardinal and translate that into an awesome jersey? Now, the cardinal as a bird is the least intimidating of all the bird mascots, and a simple Google search will yield the proof of that. But in my exhausting search for a menacing-looking cardinal, I finally found one. An actually intimidating photo of a cardinal. Wings spread wide, seemingly swooping in to attack some poor bird feeder. I think this is the coolest you're gonna get when it comes to a cardinal in the wild. So I'm gonna use this image of a cardinal as the inspiration for this jersey concept. This is the Arizona Cardinals' current helmet. Well, it's actually one of the miniature replicas. If you think I'm gonna drop full-size money on this quick bit, you're out of your mind. There's been a lot of criticism of the Cardinals helmet online, so let's strip it down. Most critiques of this helmet say it's too basic or boring, and there have been a lot of mock-ups, but again, I would never want the Cardinals to wear anything close to this on the field. I wouldn't change much with the current helmet. If it were up to me, I would change the base color of the helmet from the shiny white to a matte or flat white. To me, the shiny white shell leads to a distracting reflection of the stadium lights. With a matte white shell, it disperses the reflection and leads to a clean-looking helmet with emphasis on the logo of the cardinal head, which to me is the point of the logo. Speaking of the logo, I think the Cardinals could do what the Buccaneers did with their rebrand, where they kept the same logo but made it much larger. This would fill a lot of the dead white space that has been another complaint. This is the Cardinals' current jersey. Well, it's the Reebok version from before 2012. Quick history lesson. In 2005, Reebok took over as the official jersey supplier for the entire NFL. Previously, each team contracted out their own jerseys to manufacturers. The Cardinals took this opportunity to redesign their uniforms for the first time arguably ever. The Cardinals continued the classic and basic look of home and away jerseys for almost 100 years, only ever tweaking with the addition of stripes or a logo on the sleeve. They were long overdue for a rebrand, and Reebok gave them that. At the time, any change was welcome because it had never happened before. But the more time that passed from the initial rebrand, we started to see that it wasn't very thought out. The Cardinals got a generic redesign that you would get from a Madden Create team. Don't believe me? Here's the Atlanta Falcons redesign from the exact same time. When Nike took over the jersey manufacturing in 2012, a few teams took advantage by redesigning their uniforms with Nike. The Seahawks did this very well, even though they rebranded with Reebok around the same time as the Cardinals. Nike's approach to a Cardinals redesign was a little different. They walked right up to the Cardinals uniform, slapped their logo on the sleeve, and called it a day.
Peace, I'm out of here!
But back to my redesign. Back to this photo of the Cardinal. I really like the look of the spread wings. But how am I going to incorporate that in the jersey? Almost immediately, I thought of the mid-90s Atlanta Hawks jersey. The 90s were a weird time for professional sports jerseys, but they are revered as some of the most iconic jerseys of all time. The 90s Hawks jersey had the Hawk logo right in the center of the jersey, with the spread wings that extended to the back of the jersey. I'm definitely not advocating for graphics directly on an NFL jersey, but you can allude to it. So for this jersey, I have added the wings to the shoulders. Starting near the armpit of the jersey, the wings spread out over the shoulder pads and the tips of the wings fan out over the back of the jersey by the nameplate. The wings would then flow seamlessly into the side panel and down to the pants, where it would be shaped and angled like the tail feathers of a cardinal. With this spread wing jersey, it can be used for the home reds, road whites. You can then mix and match the pants for the alternates, and I'll even throw the people who are in love with the black alternates a bone. This style jersey can even be used in a black alternate. It fits the Cardinals theme and would be unmistakably a Cardinals jersey, not a Falcons one. The last jersey in the Cardinals' theoretical closet would be a throwback jersey. I think this would easily be a throwback to the early Cardinals jerseys after their move to the desert in 1988. The white jerseys with the Arizona state flag on the sleeve, combined with the red pants, and most importantly, the old logo on the helmet. These jerseys are not the most flashy, but the nostalgia of the old logo and the nod to the state flag is what will stick most with Cardinal fans, who remember those rough early years starting out in Sun Devil Stadium in the 90s. Again, adding a city element to these jerseys is significantly harder in the NFL because of their strict rules regarding jerseys. The NBA and Major League Baseball have run overall successful city connection jersey lines. In the NFL, these city elements will have to be more subtle than any other league. If you notice, the Titans have 3 stars in their logo, which is a subtle reference to the state flag of Tennessee. Like I just mentioned, the Cardinals used to feature the state flag pretty prominently on the sleeve of the 1990s jerseys. The Arizona state flag is one of the most unique flags of any state in the US. The only problem is the flag colors clash with the current Cardinal colors. For a solution, we don't need to look any further than the football uniforms of Arizona State University. They used the silhouette of the flag etched in very subtle right above the numbers and below the collar. I'll admit, this is a little ambitious and honestly extra for an NFL jersey, but the flag definitely connects the entire state, not just the Valley of Phoenix. So here they are. My fan fiction jersey rebrand for the Arizona Cardinals. Honestly, I would buy this jersey. I feel like it nicely balances the line of classic and modern without going too overboard one way or the other. They keep the classic color scheme with some subtle details that make it very unique and uniquely Cardinals. This style leads to a black alternate that makes more sense than the current iteration. Overall, I would be happy with a rebrand like this. But now we have to wait and see what the Cardinals' plan is, and if the rumors are true. Comment below, what would you like to see? Would you buy this jersey? What would you add or change about it? Leave a like and subscribe for more, and I'll definitely have a breakdown video of any jersey or rebrand the Cardinals release when they eventually do. Thanks, and... Playa!